Welcome to the Asprey. You're watching Meandmygolf TV. I'm Piers Ward.
And I'm Andy Proban. Today we're answering your questions on bunker play. So let's get over there to the 18th and show you how to play a good bunker shot. Let's take charge of your game.
Okay, so it's time for Go Low. This is where we answer your questions on your game to help you go low.
Yes, and if you want to get involved, make sure you go to the Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and post your questions on today's topic, and hopefully you can get involved in the questions. Also, guys, make sure you check out meandmygolf.com. A load of new videos got up this week, so make sure you go and have a look at that today as well.
Yeah, post your comments, let us know what you think about the website. Okay, so today's question on Go Low, use the hashtag Go Low when you answer these questions. It's from a Facebook, and the topic is all about bunkers, Andy. So we've got the question is from Andy Price, and he's asked, why do we need to open the club face on bunker shots when there's enough loft on the club? So you can understand it with a 52 degree, but when you've got a 56 or a 60 degree, why do we need to open the face? That's a pretty good question.
Very good question. It's all to do with bounce angle, really. So for those of you who don't know what bounce angle is, the bounce is the angle from the leading edge of the golf club to the back edge of the sole. So when you often see on the sand wedges, Pierce, and the lob wedges, you'll see a degree here. Yep. So on this one I've got 12 degrees of bounce. So I have 12 degrees from the back edge of the sole to the leading edge. Okay, as you can see there, the angle is slightly lower, the back edge there. Now, they all vary depending on what you want to use the clubs for, but the reason we open the club face at address is basically to utilise the club so it actually slides through the sand. What we don't want in a bunker shot is we don't want to get the leading edge digging down into the sand, because then it doesn't slide underneath the golf ball and get that nice elevation that we want.
Absolutely.
So what we'll see here is if I open the club face or add loft here, you'll notice that the bottom edge of the sole now, okay, is much lower. So you can see that angle now has really increased there. And what this does, this being so low now, this just sort of slides and bounces underneath the golf ball and creates that nice entry and exit out of the sand, Pierce.
Absolutely. You can see on this tailor-made sand wedge we've got here, we've got 12 degrees of bounce. Now this is actually my sand wedge. It's designed for the bunkers that we play pretty much here. If you've got a lot of sand in bunkers, you know, that 12 degrees is fine. But if you've got if you have bunkers with not a lot of sand in, or they're very wet, then you may want to go for a lower bounce, because you do want the club to dig into the sand a little bit more. But if you've got standard bunkers, then 12 degrees is more than enough.
Definitely. And so many people who come to us for lessons, Pierce, they get in the bunker and they do not utilise that bounce well enough. So they'll stand there and they'll set it up just like a chip or a pitch shot where the club face is square. Now, I know there's a lot of loft on there, but you're not going to utilise that sand wedge well enough. So we want that sand wedge wide open so it can bounce through and slide underneath that golf ball. And once you get used to this, it's really going to help you.
Definitely.
Now, when we make these changes, when we open the club face, we then have to adjust ourselves in the setup as well.
Definitely. Just a quick one on that, actually. So there are some techniques out there where people will have the face pretty square, but they create that opening face through the ball. So they're actually creating that loft, which is exactly the same as what we're doing here at setup. So they're creating that loft to expose the bounce to the sand. So yeah, Andy, so you said there that we've obviously opened the club face. Now we need to make some adjustments though, don't we?
We do, yeah. So let's open the club face. So I will always open the face first, then place my hands on. So I'm really going to use the bounce of that club. Now, when I open the face now, the loft is pointing over to the right. So I want to make sure that I can actually move my body around to the left now, so I can get the face pointing more towards the target. So I'm still utilising the loft, but I'm aiming my body alignment well to the left. Now from here, as you can see there, the loft now is really straight up to my face, Pierce.
Yep, and we use a drill all the time, don't we? The face-to-face drill, keeping the loft and the face pointing at your face. So Andy's job in this now is to actually keep it doing that throughout the swing. Definitely. But also the path of the swing, what will happen to the path? Well,
the path, I'm just going to swing as normal in terms of path, but the path is going to be to the left because my body's pointing
your body's
there.
left.
So okay. I'm not chopping across the golf ball, I'm not chopping across my body. All I'm doing is I'm swinging on the line of my body, I'm letting the loft do the work and letting that club actually bounce through that sand. So I don't want to dig deep into this sand. I want to sort of get underneath it and get that club sort of bouncing through there. You can see it sort of skims underneath that there as well.
Okay, let's watch it hit a few, shall we?
So aiming left, wide open face, you can see that there. I'm just going to see if I can let it bounce through that sand there here.
Very good. And you can see, as with all great bunker shots, or good bunker shots should I say, because it wasn't great, it was average. No, it was a good bunker shot, but we can see that the deepest part of the divot is under where the ball was. And that's the thing for, you know, people ask, where should I hit the sand? Well, it depends how deep your divots are, but if you can get the deepest part of your divot underneath the golf ball, then you're going to be in good, you're going to be in good control.
See if I can improve on that one. So again, wide open face, a little bit more power on this one I think is needed. See if I can slide underneath. Too much power on that one,
Too
actually.
much on that one?
And didn't quite get enough sand on that one either.
Okay. One more. Let's see if you can redeem yourself.
I can redeem myself.
So he goes, as Andy said, he goes through his little checkpoint, holds the club in front, twists the club, then he closes his hands on the club so the face is open, aims his body left, and then simply swings on the line of the body. Much better. There you go.
And that one really,
redeemed.
I mean, that one needed a bit of grab on it there, but that club there, I really made sure I had that wide open and skimmed it underneath, and you can see how sort of easy that club went through the sand there.
Yeah,
as opposed
again,
to
hard to actually tell where the deepest point of the divot actually is on that one, Andy, so that's
Definitely.
even better if you can manage that.
One thing I see with a lot of amateurs is that when they hit the bunker shot, it's deep and there's no follow through because it's so steep and digging in. Whereas as you can see with my follow through, that club sort of slides through and that club gets right up over my left shoulder.
Andy, pretty good there, pretty good. So look, Andy, I hope this helps as well. The other Andy, not you, the other Andy.
It still does help.
So hopefully you can understand why we want to open that club face. It is all about the bounce. Yes, obviously we've got a lip in front of us as well that we want to get the ball above, but you know, exposing the bounce is really useful on these shots. Okay, so guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As Andy said before, don't forget to go to the website. 5 videos a week. We're putting up every week of the year, well, for the next foreseeable years, hopefully anyway. So yeah, give us your feedback on that. Don't forget to go to the Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, #GoLow with your questions, and we'll see you soon on Meandmygolf TV.
Cheers, guys.